everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a video on how I dye my hair lilac. I get a lot of questions about this already, so I thought it would be a good idea to do it as my first video. It's really easy, you don't need that much for it. I think it's much easier than most dyeings of hair. Doesn't make sense. If you've got like light brown hair, I can pretty much guarantee you it won't dye in. So, and I wouldn't say, if you really want your hair pastel purple, don't bleach your hair just to get pastel purple hair, because it literally stays in about a week. Like, it's not worth bleaching your hair. You know, bleaching isn't very good for your hair. I don't think it's worth bleaching your hair just so you can get a pastel colour hair. So if you've already got blonde hair, great. If not, then I wouldn't recommend bleaching it just so you can have it that colour, because it doesn't last very long. There are things that you can do to make it last longer, which I will try and talk about during the video, but I don't think it's really worth bleaching your hair just to do it. Like, it's, you know, the trend will die out soon as well. So what you need is conditioner. Depending on how long your hair is, you'll need more, obviously. Because I was going to dye my extensions, but then I didn't. I've got this whole bottle. Although usually I buy really cheap conditioner from the chemist, which is like £1. I went to go and buy some, and I bought some, and then I got home and realised I accidentally bought shampoo. So I just ended up using Tresemme. I wouldn't usually use this because it's like £4, and I pretty much use the whole bottle on my hair. I wouldn't usually do that. I think that's too much money. If I did, I might as well just go to the hairdressers. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. The thicker the better, basically. Just conditioner's conditioner, if you ask me. If it's really cheap, then it does not matter at all. So go by your own judgment, by what you think will cover your whole head. You'll need some purple dye. I just use Directions Violet. You can literally use whatever you want though. I mean, I just got this from Bonlink, which is a hair supply store near where I live, and it's, I mean, this was £3.95 plus VAT, so it's not that bad, this one. It's not that expensive. It works really well as well. I mean, you can use whatever purple dye you want, but this is the only one I've ever used personally. And I get asked quite a bit why I don't just use the lilac hair dye that Directions do, and that is basically because I have this much hair dye left. Like, I am barely underneath the rim of the pot, and I have dyed my hair all over now 3 times, and I've dip dyed my extensions with this 4 times, so it's way more cost effective just to buy a pot of this and mix it with conditioner, as opposed to buying like loads of pots of the lilac one, because I would need like, because I like really lathering it in, so I'd need like 2-3 pots to go all over my hair on this, plus some for my extensions as well, so it would cost a ton. Like, it's £4 a pot. It doesn't seem that much when it's this, because this lasts me so long, but if you're needing like 3 pots for your hair, especially if you've got long hair, then it's not worth just buying the lilac. You might as well just get dark and mix it with conditioner. You just need a pot. I just use this. I do actually use 2 pots. I use one bigger, one smaller, but that's simply because my roots are darker than the rest of my hair. They're sort of kind of yellowy orangey compared to the rest of my hair, because the rest of my hair is like white underneath this. My roots are like just blonde, because whenever I retouch them, they don't dye as well as the rest of my hair does, which is annoying, but that's okay. So I use this pot and I mix in the conditioner and the dye, but I make it darker, and then I use a bigger pot to mix up a lighter shade of it to put all over. So yeah, just a pot, something that you don't mind getting dye in. And you need a brush as well. Where did I put the brush? It's not going well. Oh my god, I've used it to prop up the camera. 1 second. There you go, okay. So, just a brush. This was just like £3 or £4. No, it wasn't. Less than that. £2. Yeah, it was about £2. Just got it from Bonlink, the same shop I got the hair dye, and it's got a pointy end, so I can section my hair out if I want to, which I'm not going to. So yeah, and a brush. I just use a tangle teaser. It works fine. Any brush is fine. It teases tangles. Just use that to help even out all of the colour in your hair. Like, once you've got it all in, just in case you missed any bits at the back or anything that you can't see, you can just brush it through, and usually evens it all out. So that's about it. It's really easy if you have just got blonde hair, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're going to start off with the little pot. It's already got some conditioner in there. And take your conditioner, just put it out, and mix this with some Tresemme. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Okay. Now with the dye, you literally need the tiniest bit. So, of course we want it darker on our roots because, you know, it's darker. Well, that kind of colour. Okay, so this is the part where I start to look like a bit of a twat. You need to just take your hair back and just part it like that. My hair literally doesn't go over, it just comes straight back down. I need to hold mine. Take the dye, paint over my roots. So see, I'm just covering all of my roots. Okay, so I'm back, looking crazy. I've just literally gone all over the roots with this darker purple colour. It's not that dark, but it's dark enough. Got a little bit left, so plop that into a bigger pot. So I've got my big pot with that tiny little bit that I had left. I'm going to take conditioner. Oh my god, I keep on doing that. Did you just see that? I got a load on the wall. It's okay, most of it went in the pot. It's stuff that I just sprayed all over the wall. Look how much I sprayed over the wall. Okay, so I've got like this much beer tons in there. So use about that much, because I think that's about right. Obviously there's a lot of conditioner here. You just want it a shade or so darker than you want it to actually come out in your hair. Unless obviously you have darker hair. If your hair is darker than mine is, you will need to use a tiny bit more dye just to get it to come out a bit more. Okay, so this is the kind of colour that I've got at the minute. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So it's like that kind of colour. It's a bit kind of fun. Literally just take it on my hand and just run it all over. The other thing with this is it does actually come out really easy, like this. If you want a hair colour that stays ages, don't dye your hair lilac. It'll stay tops about a week, but the thing is, I find it really easy to dye, so once it's all faded out, it's really easy just to re-dye it. And there are lots of different things you can do to help keep it in longer. Like you can use some silverising shampoo, like I've got this stuff, which is just a touch of silver, twice a week brightening shampoo. I usually use it more than twice a week, which is why my hair is so whitish. I'm just wearing this black top. It's from being modified, but it's black, so I figured if I get any on it, it's not too much of a disaster, because this stuff probably won't dye into black. I mean, I can't be certain. I think it won't though. Okay, now what you need to do, once you've got a good layer all over your hair, is just find bits like this. So there's always bits like lurking underneath which you haven't got. Like, let's see how ginger my roots are back there. Another thing you can do to help keep the colour up is if you have any leftover dye from this, I'm nearly running out. If you have any leftover dye, just put it in a bottle, an empty bottle, and use it as your conditioner in the shower. Like if you're just putting it in and leaving it in there for like 10 minutes, then it won't like completely potently dye your hair again. It will just give it a touch up. So every time you dye your hair, washing your hair, you're effectively like touching it up again. That's a good way to help keep the colour as long as possible. Comb through it all, help it get a little more even. It helps get out any excess as well. So, I was going to wear my boyfriend's t-shirt, but I'm not sure if that's a bit insensitive, putting on your boyfriend's t-shirt because you don't mind if it gets dyed. Very covered in hair dye, which is a problem because I don't know how I'm going to turn you off. Okay,